Kevin Costner, who won 2 Oscars for his epic Dances with Wolves in 1990, is one of Hollywood's most successful actors. However, in 1994, he played a legendary gunslinger in a Western film that has been frequently compared to Tombstone over the past 30 years. Kurt Russell's portrayal of famed gunslinger Wyatt Earp in 1993's Tombstone was memorable, but a year later, Costner featured in a knockoff movie that ultimately failed at the box office. On August 1st, Netflix will begin streaming 1994's Wyatt Earp, which starred Costner in the title character Dennis Quaid as Doc Holliday and the late Gene Hackman as Nicholas Earp. The biographical Western drama Wyatt Earp chronicles the journey of the title character, a law enforcement officer, to become the sheriff of places such as Dodge City and Tombstone. This version, in contrast to Tombstone, concentrates more on Earp's early years and marshal career, which ultimately led to his participation in the Corral shooting. The film starred David Andrews, Linden Ashby, Joanna Going, Mark Harmon, Bill Pullman, Catherine O'Hara, Tom Sizemore, and Isabella Rossellini, in addition to Costner, Quaid, and Hackman. Despite having a $63 million budget, Wyatt Earp only made $56 million worldwide when it was released. With a 61% audience rating and a 31% critic score on Rotten Tomatoes, the film was likewise a critical and popular flop when compared to Tombstone. With an impressive 93% audience score and a certified fresh 76% critic score on the review aggregator, Tombstone performed far better in the critics' eyes. In 1995, the movie was nominated for an Oscar for Best Cinematography. Wyatt Earp was the product of 4-time Oscar nominee Lawrence Kasdan, who co-wrote and directed the picture alongside Dan Gordon. Known for co-writing Star Wars, Episode 7, The Force Awakens, and scripting films like Raiders of the Lost Ark, Kasdan also directed Costner in the 1985 Western Silverado. A mainstay of Western films is Costner. Costner is no stranger to the Western genre. He authored, directed, and starred in The Horizon, an American saga film series, and most recently played John Dutton in Taylor Sheridan's epic series Yellowstone. However, the actor Wyatt Earp discussed how the movie is constantly compared to Tombstone in an interview with Screen Rant 30 years after the original release. "I simply adore that film," or "I adore Wyatt." In 2024, Costner stated, "We entered a level of competition with Tombstone. Look, we can put this movie on hold," a close buddy suggested. "We have no desire to compete." "Look," I responded, "let them make this movie. I'm sure the writer and director want to do it." This sort of space competition then began. "And it was a fun movie, Tombstone, but it's too bad it went the way it did," Costner said, adding that he always regretted the strange competition. Danny Huston, who starred in 2024's Horizon, an American saga, Chapter 1, informed Screen Rant that a lot of the third part in the trilogy has already been filmed. This is in reference to Costner's next Horizon, an American saga film. After beginning in May 2024, work on the third installment of the Horizon epic apparently came to a standstill last summer. In fact, I believe that Costner has finished a large portion of Chapter 3. But he can't be stopped. He is really amazing, and his dream is materializing in a stunning manner. "What he does is simply extraordinary," Huston remarked. Fans of Costner can currently watch him in Wyatt Earp, which will be available on Netflix starting on August 1st.